The church in Corinth had a problem with Paul. Paul had started the church there, but somewhere along the line, some of them had become a bit disappointed with Paul. He was not a great speaker, they said, and he didn't look impressive enough. They wanted somebody more important. So Paul responds to them in 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 5. He says, "We are not preaching ourselves. It's not about us, but we are preaching Jesus Christ as Lord and ourselves as your servants for Jesus' sake." If you're looking at the messenger, you are looking in the wrong place. I'm not all that important, he says. Jesus is the important one. For God, he says in verse 6, God who said, "Let light shine out of darkness," made his light shine in our hearts to give us the light of the knowledge of God's glory displayed in the face of Christ. Paul is implying here that our hearts were darkness and that God made light shine into our hearts. We didn't know what life was all about until God revealed it to us. He put light into our darkness by giving us knowledge about God's glory displayed in Jesus Christ. But, he says in verse 7, we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. This amazing news, this glorious news is being preached by ordinary people, made from the dust of the ground like clay jars are. This priceless gift is hidden in something rather ordinary looking. And in this time of disease epidemic, we are reminded that we are all clay jars, ordinary, mortal, and breakable. Here, Paul is saying that we may look rather ordinary, but there's treasure inside, and that's the gospel of Jesus Christ. Sometimes Paul even looked less than ordinary. Sometimes he even looked worse than most people. Verse 8, we are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. We always carry around in our body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body. Each of us today carry around in our body the death of Jesus. But inside is the glorious gospel of God's love for us, shown to us in Jesus Christ. As Jesus said, let your light shine, not so that people praise us for how good we are, but so that they will praise the God who has made his light shine in your hearts. And the light is the brightest when things around us are dark.